Alright guys, so this is just kind of a wrap up of all the stuff that we're doing and how to go through a full problem where you're breaking a polynomial like this down into a bunch of parentheses. Because there's some polynomial, that I could break this down into. It's got a bunch of parentheses like that, so that we can see, where the zeros are more clearly, and if it bounces or hesitates or whatever. So that's the overall goal of this. And you're going to start by graphing the original polynomial, all of it. And once you have that graph, you're going to look and find at least one of the integral zeros. So like, I see this graph crosses right here at 2, 0. So that means I know that one of my factors, one of these parentheses sets, will be x minus 2, right, because you switch it. So that's where we start the Polydoku process. I know that it's going to go through x minus 2, so that's going to be on this side over here. I'll just draw some boxes. I don't know how many I'll need. And I'm going to put the big polynomial at the bottom here. X cubed minus 4x squared minus 11x plus 30. Alright, so yeah, we can start here. So this term always goes up here. So x times, let's see, x squared equals x cubed. Okay, these two make negative 2x squared. I have negative 4x is down, negative 4x squared down here. I have negative 2. It means I need negative 2 more to get down to that. So it means this is negative 2x, and that would be a 4x. 4 down to negative 11, that's a negative 15x, right? Let's see, that would be that a negative 15 there, and that's a positive 30. So good, I don't have a remainder because these two numbers match. So what I've just done is rewrite the original polynomial as x minus 2 times my answer here, x squared minus 2x minus 15. Okay, now if this were a cubic or a quartic, I might have to do this whole process again. You go back to the graph, find a different zero, and do the whole Polydoku process again. We could do that here, because we still, let's go find another zero that I have up here. Let's see, 5. Okay, so I know that this will break down into x minus 2, x minus 5, and then some other, which I know it'll be an x plus or minus something. So that's why we're going to factor this now as well. And again, we could do that with Polydoku, but since it's quadratic, so I could do box and diamond instead. Or you could just eyeball this one. You know it's going to be x minus 5, so that must mean that this would be x, plus 3? Just check that real quick. This would be x squared. Plus 3x's minus 5x's put you at negative 2x's and negative 15. Again, you could do that with box and diamond. Okay, that's that process that we just did right there, to go from here to breaking it up into these two. So there's my final answer, and that's how I get this polynomial broken up into a bunch of factors. So it's written as product, these are all multiplying, versus written as a sum, adding and subtracting between all the terms.